So we've got some big news in the automotive sector here in the UK this week. I was doing the school run this morning and I heard on the radio that Bentley have decided to delay going all electric by 5 years. They are delaying it from originally 2030 now to 2035. So let's have a look at this, guys. They're not the first ones to do this. I brought you some news a little bit ago about Volvo doing something very similar. But yeah, full article here on The Guardian. Shout out to these guys for covering this story. Interesting little bit of information on this as well is that they're going to reveal their first urban SUV that is all electric in 2026. So they're clearly going ahead with this electrification of their kind of car fleet, but it's not going to be all electric until at least 2035. So I'll just give my thoughts on everything to do with this at the end of the article as well. So Bentley Motors has said it will continue to sell fossil fuel cars until 2035, 5 years later than previously planned, as the luxury car maker announces its first electric vehicle will be an SUV. The British brand said that it would reveal its electric urban SUV in 2026 in an update to its strategy on Thursday. Bentley, who are owned by Volkswagen, is the largest car maker to delay the shift from polluting petrol and diesel to only electric propulsion, as growth in sales of electric cars has slowed in some key markets. Toyota, Volvo and Ford have also changed plans for electric models in response to a slower shift. In fact, I believe Volvo still have no new date. I think they were originally meant to be 2030 as well. They've effectively delayed it indefinitely. They're not given a new date for that to happen. Luxury car makers such as Bentley are insulated from some of the difficulties faced by mass market producers whose customers have been affected by higher interest rates and inflation. Bentley cars start at around £170,000 and can cost up to $1.7 million for one-off vehicles built to be billionaires' showstoppers. Yet even luxury companies believe some buyers are put off by buying electric cars because of the poor charging infrastructure, particularly outside of Europe, China and the US. I mean, yeah, the poor infrastructure here in the UK, if we're counting Europe and the UK as separate here, and I will do because let's be honest here, we are years behind most of Europe, or at least a lot of Europe. I mean, you compare us to the Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, probably Norway as well. We are miles and miles behind those countries when it comes to this. There's no way this country is ready for all electric in 2030, so I totally get where they're coming from with that. Bentley had already revealed plans to continue to produce plug-in hybrid cars which combine a petrol engine with a small battery that can be recharged by cable after 2030. That decision was made by Bentley's former boss, Adrian Hallmark, who has since moved to lead another British brand, Aston Martin. Frank Stephen Walliser, who joined Bentley as a chief executive in July, said the company was maintaining its aim for decarbonised futures. He also said that it needed to adapt to today's economic market and legislative environment to initiate a major transformative phase for tomorrow. The company is now aiming to go only all electric for 2035, he added. The exact date of the last petrol car to roll off Bentley's factory line is likely to depend on demand across the world. The first electric model will be smaller than Bentley's only SUV, the enormous Bentiger, nice name, that was launched in 2015 after decades of focus on saloons that can only be driven by a chauffeur or grand touring coupes. The electric SUV will be made in Crewe, where Bentley employs 4,000 people. Battery cars offer some distinct advantage to luxury car makers. Electric motors make very little noise compared to the contained explosions of internal combustion, and they offer smooth and rapid acceleration. It's likely that Bentley would at first be reliant on imported batteries because of relatively slow progress in building factories in Britain. So, yeah, I mean, am I surprised? No, absolutely not. A very strong worded article there in some senses from The Guardian with some of that, but they get their point across at the end of the day. For me, I'm not disheartened by it, I'm not surprised by it. Bentley is not the everyman's car. They start at £170,000, which that's all you need to know. So it's not a surprise really, to be honest. The UK is, like I said, it's not ready for all electric, and it's not ready for all electric for decades. It'll be 2040 next, you watch. We're not ready for it. The infrastructure's just not there. Simple as that. I still hear about some of my friends really, really struggling to get charging ports. It's really difficult. And can you imagine if that's scaled up to most people having it? Because that's presumably what they want when they're going for all electric or whatever by 2030, 2040, 2035, whatever it is. That's what they want. They want us all to be driving electric cars. Why would they want to be doing this otherwise? So to actually get it to the point where everybody is, the infrastructure simply is not there. So it is totally understandable why they don't want to do it and they want to put it off. But it's not the last. It's not the last we've heard of it, and it won't be the last we've heard of it. And other car companies will be doing the exact same. The dominoes are beginning to fall on this one. But yeah, there we go, guys. I would ask what you Bentley owners would think of this. I would be shocked if I find a Bentley owner who is listening to this video. But if you are, let us know your thoughts. Are you disappointed? But for the rest of us, yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below as always. And for much more motoring news, opinions and reviews, keep it tuned here to themotoringchronicle.com. See you soon, guys. Have a good one.